Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a hybrid. It's a wrestle chat. It's a wrestleverse. It's a wrestle day. It's Summerslam, day one of the first ever 2-day spectacular. And we're going to do our prediction show here real quick. And I'm going to get it started real quick because it might take a little longer than I wanted it to, because we're going to sim it all out. And at the same time, I've got some video put together of a project I started working on today. I had mentioned in the past that I was trying to get an LJN Hulk Hogan back. And if you haven't heard, the LJNs are coming back, including the original Hulk Hogan. So those will be on the shelves in October in Target. They've already sold out of the first wave of pre-sale. They're supposed to be starting another pre-sale today. As of going on the air, it was not live yet. There was nowhere to get them yet. I think it'll be tied into Summerslam. I'm sure they'll make a big announcement saying you can get yours now, or maybe at the end of Summerslam night one or something. But I wanted an actual 1985. So I'm going to show you what I managed to do in just the last few hours to restore this thing from a pretty beat-up condition to where it's at now. And tomorrow it should be done. But it's been kind of therapeutic restoring this beat-up old Hulk Hogan and making him look new again. So something I kind of enjoy doing. We're going to jump into, as I said, the prediction portion of this program. So while I'm doing that, I've got the night one lineup as it was announced that it was going to be. So any changes that may have taken place, with one exception, of course, I do not have, nor was I going to go to the effort of getting Jelly Roll. So I just subbed him for Penta. So that one's going to be a little bit, you know, it is what it is. But everything else is accurate. So let us jump into that. And once this thing gets started, I'll bring in some of this other video that I've been working on from earlier today, and we'll just kind of overlay it. So just bear with me. But I want to start this show off before it gets much later, because I know we're going to cut into SummerSlam time, and I don't want to do that. So here we go. Live from the MetLife Center, or MetLife Stadium, right? Is that where the Jets Giants play their shit?
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the final Testament from Sin City, weighing in at 265 pounds, Karrion Kross.
Gotta admit, I'm looking forward to this match. It has potential. I don't know why I didn't put Scarlett in there with him. This is one of the matches I think is going to be a dark horse. It could end up being one of the more talked about ones on the night. And putting him with Sammy is a good move because Sammy can sell his ass off. The other one I'm really looking forward to is Charlotte and Alexa, and I really, really, really hope they do not split them up anytime soon. We all know they're going to end up splitting up and feuding with one another, but for right now, man, this is just gold. Don't fuck it up. Let this go for at least 8 months. You can break them up for WrestleMania, okay? You got my permission for WrestleMania. But for the next several months, they got to stay doing what they're doing. It's just so good. Even the stuff they're doing that's not on WWE TV, they're doing their own little social media things, and they're friggin' hilarious. All right, we're going to start the polls. As we do on these kind of shows, it's pick'em time. All right, let me know who you think's going to win. Sami Zayn or Karrion Kross? We'll see how that goes up until the end of the match. I need to keep Yeah, I can do that. I need to keep record here of how the 2K universe chooses this out and see how it compares later on. As they get ready to rock and roll. I feel like Sammy has to lose to finally snap and become this other character. Andrew Roberts, what's happening, buddy? Who are you picking, Andrew? Come on, man. Here's the roll up. Could it be? That'd be a little bit quick, wouldn't it? Stomping a mud hole in him right now. And Karrion looking like he's ready for business. He's open for business. Here we go. He's going to have the size, strength, weight advantage, the youth advantage. He got a lot of advantages. Sammy can still go, man. He can still bring it. All right, Sammy's starting to feel it now. Let's see if he can turn this thing around. Scott in the house. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. I mean, the fans have been wanting it. What are you waiting on? Sooner or later, y'all, it's always the hard way. It's always the hard way. Going back to Daniel Bryan, and they didn't want him to be in the main event, and then they had to force him in there, and they had to give him the title. Because literally the fans had to start hijacking the shows. And it's unfortunate that it has to come to that and you don't just listen to them. Which is why I worry about Charlotte going up against Alexa and having that breakup sooner than later. Nice teardrop suplex right there. Let's see what he can do. Sammy in trouble. At the conclusion of this match, I will start firing up the video on the restore and we'll just superimpose that. So we can do two things at one time. Multitasking. That's what it's all about. Sammy's starting to get choked out. Outdoor Summerslam Arena. Where were they last year? Detroit, right? Yeah. We're going to do this again tomorrow, of course, with the Night 2 predictions. Now, I'm predicting 2K is going to give it to Sammy. But I do think Sammy loses tonight in the real world. Oh, damn, Sammy completely missed. And the crowd starts chanting, "You fucked up. You fucked up." Off the ropes, back out front. Single leg drop kick right to the mush. Uh-oh. Sammy goes for the haluva. Nobody. Oh, nice move right there by Karrion. But damn, if Sammy's no selling it like a champ. Blue Angel Bomb goes for the leg and a 1 count. Karrion Kross able to kick out of that one. I should have gave him Scarlett. See, it'll be my fault if Sammy wins this one because if Scarlett was there to distract, I don't think it'd be the same. Oh, going for the cover again. Ooh, that was a close one. Off the ropes, bam, right to the face. This is not good. Shit. I said so. But I don't think that's what's going to happen tonight. JH is in the house. What's up, boss? Sammy with a running haluva right to the face. I think if I would have put Scarlett out there, it might have made a difference. But again, my prediction is Sammy goes down with a loss and has a mental breakdown. All right. Let's move along. Like I said, time is money. Money is time. And while I am waiting on that to fire up here, hold on a second. All right. We're going to start this video as well. So this is the Hogan that I just received in the mail earlier today. Thank you, eBay. And as you can see, he's seen better days. I'm not going to lie. All right. And I knew he was going to be a little bit of a project, which I like me a good project, so... As you can see, the paint is really worn off on this one, but he's really clean for the most part because there's only one scuff mark and it's kind of on his right bicep, inner bicep. And using the nail polish remover and the Q-tips, I'd say 95% of that is gone now. I even went and used a rubber eraser to help it out. So as you can see here, I used painter's tape all the way around the waist so far as the trunks is concerned, and I really edged it in with my thumbnail just to make it as tight to the seams of the trunks as possible. And we're using the acrylic paints that are in that box there that he's leaning on. Fun fact, I guess I didn't think about the possibilities, right? I figured 18 colors, I don't have to worry about it, we're all covered, right? Thinking, as long as you have your primaries, you can make any color you want. Fun fact, they didn't have all the primaries. Matter of fact, they don't have red, for example, and you can't make red, really. But they had a violet, and they had something else, and I used that for the knee pads, which actually came out pretty damn good. Now, with these boots, he apparently dropped a lot of legs because especially the right calf was just bare down to the skin. So I'm going to have, this is like the third coat of paint that you see getting applied right now. And I would safely say I'm probably going to do 2 more tomorrow after it's thoroughly dried, and that should work. But the fact that you had a big area that was bare down to the flesh tone, which was thankfully the primary color for this figure. Because depending on what the figures are, like if you got Slick who had the all gray suit, well, the whole figure was gray. And then they painted the skin tone on top of that, and they painted the hair on top of that. So try matching that skin tone if you're trying to restore a Slick, and it's not so easy. But since Hogan was all the flesh tone, it was just a matter of cleaning him up. I started the whole thing off with a really warm dish soap bath, where I let him soak for a while. I took an old toothbrush, went over him with the soapy water and stuff like that. And the last thing I did, which actually did seem to work pretty well, is a kitchen sponge that you'd use for your dishes, where one side's a sponge, the other one has a little bit of grit to it. And went easy on the grit part, but just enough to help get some of the stuff out of there. And at the end of the day, I think it looks pretty good from the cleanliness end. The blue painter's tape, I hadn't seen anyone do that, but I really felt that you could be a lot more liberal and more confident with your painting by putting the blue painter's tape on. And man, I'll tell you, there's nothing more fun than when you remove that blue tape for the first time. We're about getting to the point where you're going to see the reveal here. And that's where we're at right now. Now, I'm not done with it, but you'll see here in just a second the before and after comparison. And, yeah, it's looking pretty good right now. That's what he looked like about 2 hours earlier. I still obviously have to go through and do all the white stuff, the headband. The hair, I've really gone in there and used several shades. I didn't want it to just be yellow. So I've done several different shades on the hair to give it a little more depth and more volume and just kind of make it look more realistic. I will probably do part 2 of that restore tomorrow for our second night prediction. And I'm hoping it's completely done, dried, and everything else, because one of the steps, and I never would have thought of this, but I saw guys doing it. And by the way, 75% of you guys say Sammy's going to win tonight. Really? Really? A little surprised. But all right, we'll see. All right, who you guys got in this one? It's going to be Randy and Jelly. Obviously, I didn't have Jelly Roll. I wasn't going to go find one. But you got Randy and Jelly Roll. Or do you like Logan and Drew better? Man, I'll be really pissed if they make Drew lose to a country singer. I feel like Jelly's got to take the pin. You can have any kind of schmoz you want in there, any kind of controversy, but I really feel like he's got to be the one that takes the pinfall. I mean, if I'm booking, there's no way I'm letting Drew lose this match. All right, let's get to the business. Drew going up against Penta, size and strength versus speed. Damn, Randy already having to come in and break it up? Really? Blaze Radio. House. Mr. McCoy, what's good, man? Swing and a miss. Boy, Drew's going for the quick win tonight. He don't trust his little guy. By the way, I thought Logan's promo last night was funny as hell. Dude, I'm not going to look for a Jelly Roll online. I'm not going to download a Jelly Roll. You know how many friggin' image layers are going to be in that thing? No. I simply ain't doing it. I wanted to do a cutscene for this, for the main event, but I'll just have to talk you guys through it. I didn't have time. My bold prediction for the main event probably isn't that bold. Ooh, is that a fact? Where's this rumor coming from, Blaze? These reliable sources or just the ladies at the hairstylist place where you get your hair curled? Judd's in the house. Welcome aboard. Yeah, that's about the only Jelly Roll I'll be getting too. I'll tell you what, if that big sumbitch can pull off something even close to what like Logan has done or Bad Bunny, and I'm not talking about high flying and stuff, obviously, but just look like you belong in the ring the way these guys have done in recent years. Even what's his name from Jackass? I mean, they all lately have surprised by looking like they at least belong in there. I don't imagine, I don't know, man. Jelly would surprise me if he can pull that off. Do I think Cody's turning heel? I think that would be the biggest mistake, and no, absolutely not. I think one of two things. Let's put it this way. Cody is not turning heel, in my opinion. There's a 2 count. I think the promo Cena cut last night better be fake, and that tonight he's just going to, pull all kinds of shit out. And if not, if he ends up being, I'm John Cena and I'm back, and he stays with that, that was the biggest heel turn failure in the history of wrestling. Bar none. You can't even compare it to anything else. It's already going to be the biggest failure because nobody buys it. It was so forced. It's like, well, I'm retiring in less than a year. Let's cram this in real quick. Nobody buys it. The guy's still doing Make-A-Wish. Come on. I hate it when they try to force feed something, and that is exactly what that's all been. And it would be the same thing doing it with Cody. Cody's a good guy. You're going to need that when John leaves. I don't get it. I remember when Cody was only about a year in to his return, and Taker was doing his 6 Feet Under podcast, and he's like, man, I'm getting real heel vibes from him. And I'm like, what? Not at all, man. It's like, Cody's a cool dude. Let him be a good guy. Ricky Steamboat didn't have to be a heel. There's nothing wrong with being a baby face. Jesus, you got to have him. So, no, I don't think he's turning heel, but that's because I would book with logic. That said, he's probably turning heel. The best match, Logan's debut would be up there. Because God knows, didn't expect to see any of that. I'd probably say Lawrence Taylor. If I had to just pick one, I'd say Lawrence Taylor, man. Main event. Pulled it off. He was doing great right till the very last second, and then he fucked up. And, I mean, he fucked up in a way he hurt himself, but at the same point in time, it was a hell of a shoulder block coming off the ropes and everything, but he drove the life out of himself, man. He could barely stand up and celebrate. Yeah, I don't think Cena had it. There's no legitimacy to what happened in that promo, I don't think. Yeah, Blaze, I'm the same. I can listen. I mean, I don't know any of his music, but when they play it, it's like I can listen to it. It doesn't hurt my ears or anything, and I can actually understand the words. But he does see, and most country folks are pretty cool. They're down-to-earth people. And this guy has lived a life. I mean, he's overcome things that would have, put most people in back alleys. To being now one of the most recognized celebrities and musicians in the world. So you got to respect somebody who's able to turn that kind of a situation around into the level of positive that he's got right now. Randy's busted open in this one. Referee stopped Logan from beating the count. She's on the take. Judd, you know, I'm a little jealous that I don't have Netflix because I kind of want to see that show. And it'll be a long time before I ever do. You know, eventually maybe it'll be on the network or maybe it'll be on YouTube or something like that. But not having Netflix, I don't get to see that. But I can imagine, just based on how much I love LFG, I got to figure that show would be one that I would really be into because I watch wrestling more for that than what happens on TV tonight, for example. I'm watching TV for what happens tonight to think about what must have happened backstage before they came out, the conversations that had to happen, how long in advance they planned this, all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm really thinking about. More so, there's not a lot of times where I see a match that captivates me enough to forget about all that, and I'm just that into the match anymore. They're few and far between. I'm much more interested in the whole process of getting that match in front of the cameras, in front of the fans, with the outcomes determined, and even then, like whatever win and losses take place here tonight. Then the next question becomes, where does that go? Drew McIntyre for the win. Everybody's picking Randy and Jelly Roll. I am not. Going on record, I am not picking Jelly. I really think they have got to give it to friggin' Drew. They probably won't. I mean, it doesn't make sense not to. This is where I lose my mind. It makes no sense not to give it to the guy. The guy's not a wrestler, doesn't belong in the ring. You get out there to get the fans in. You give him a good couple of moments. He hits a few moves, maybe a choke slam or whatever. But then at the end of the day, Logan hits him with a low blow, rolls him up, sneaks a quick 3 count, rolls out of the ring. Doesn't hurt Jelly Roll any. He's a freaking musician. He's done. His wrestling career is over after tonight. But again, this is using logic, which is where we're going to have a problem.
Here are your winners, the team of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
All right, I hope so. That's my prediction as well. So me and 2K are on the same page. I don't know what boat you guys are sailing on, but all right, moving right along. Drew and Logan beat down Jelly in a training segment. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard about it. And then I saw what happened as, I guess the show went off the air last night, was the whole schmoz with everybody in the ring. Well, again, yeah, I know logic, right? Here's the thing, buddy. Let me get this other match fired up here so we don't lose time. Whoopsie. Hold that thought a minute. Actually, if anyone's just joining us, I'll tell you what I'll do. Earlier on, I showed, I'm going to shrink it down a bit. I just picked up on eBay an old Hulk Hogan LJN figure, and I'm in the process of restoring it, so that's what you're seeing in the top corner there. I'll let that play in the meantime, in case somebody's just joined and didn't get to see it, because it is part of the title of the video. Again, nail polish remover and some Q-tips are great for removing the black scuffs and different color scuffs that might be on the skin. Oh, my shirt. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I went over to Hogan's wrestling shop here in Orlando the day after he passed. Spent way too much money on shirts. I really feel like Jelly's just got to take the loss, but I don't know. Again, that's what I would do with it. All right, let me set up the poll here. You guys get to pick them. I still can't believe 100% of you guys picked Randy and not one person. All right, here comes the next one. Pick'em time. Let me know who you think is going to take this. I feel pretty confident, losing that confidence as I speak about it, that Roman and Jay are going to win. You're only bringing Roman back once in a blue moon. I feel like he's going to get the win. I don't see enough to be had in him losing.
From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event.
Yeah, the LJN's coming back is really cool. I'm not going to start collecting them again because I just sold my collection off not that long ago. But I will get the Hogan, and I'll get Dusty. And Dusty may end up coming out of the box. I don't know about that part. They're going to be 25 bucks a piece, though, so that's a steep price tag right there. I was watching one of the figure collecting guys talking about the LJN line coming back, and he's like, I'm not sure if this is going to work. It's not going to work. They sold out of the first line pre-sale in hours. They're already starting a second run. Yeah, Scott, I'm right there with you. That's why, part of the reason why I've got this project that I'm doing right now with the Restore, because I don't know, it just helps me a little bit, I guess, just to have something related to him. Kind of breathe new life into that action figure that's definitely seen its better days. Yeah, the problem with the Bloodline is it really is done, and they keep on, it's that patient that's in the back of the ambulance, and they're clear. They're shocking the shit out of it, but it's dead. The Tribal Chief. The OTC. Damn, and again, 100% so far going for Roman and Jane. You guys, I tell you what. I'd like to roll through Vegas with you boys and see how you come out the other side. Yeah, I would probably lean that direction too, though. Roman just doesn't do enough TV to bring him in just to take a loss. Seems a little, I don't know. I can tell you one thing, if they do lose, there's going to be some shenanigans. I mean, major shenanigans. But even at that, you've already done that so much with the whole Bloodline thing. What I can see happening is Roman getting the win. Roman and Jay getting the win. What's that new Samoan Bloodline member who's like 20 feet tall? I see him coming down, and at the last minute, one of the other members getting involved, and he ends up taking out Braun Breaker or something like that. I don't know. There's going to be some sort of interference goes backwards is what I think. I see Jacob Fatu having a play in this, too, and having a say in the outcome. This is my first time looking at Jay's WrestleMania attire here in the game. Gotta admit, it does look good. Braun not wasting any time. And we are still at 100%. 100%. Damn, super kicked his head off. Wish they would have gave him a little bit better of an outfit for the game. Look at this. Heyman getting a little ballsy up there on the apron. Distracting Jay long enough. What the hell are you doing to him, dude? Slap my ass and call me Sally. Drives him into the mat. Doing a good job of cutting the ring in half so far. Look at this.
Así que da, jale. Nobody scared for the camera clutch.
Irish whip into the corner, and now things are about to turn. Tag made. Here comes the OTC. Roman. Oh, Superman to the face. Jumping right over his cousin to land that shot. Ooh, I like this matchup. And of all things, a small package. And Heyman, in the meantime, exposing the steel ring. Bronson Reed hammering away. Bam Bam Bigelow 2.0. Yeah, Devon, he wasn't the only one. Even Tyson, Mike Tyson, of all people. In typical Mike Tyson form, you know, it's like,
He ain't no racist. Let me tell you something. Racist is one of them people that says, man, I want every one of those.
you know, that word.
I want all them dead. He ain't like that, man. I said that too, man. It's like I've said some horrible stuff about white people, but I'm not racist.
Well, good to know, Mike. I was always thinking I'd have to go across the street or something if I saw you walking.
It's just this dark part of our minds that we go to when we say things that, you know, they could be hurtful.
A little ass smack is good for you. You know, we talk about, you know, Hogan and the things that he said where he thought he was in private moments and how the cancel culture has come after him and all that good shit and the bullshit and the California booing him, which, of course, California's going to boo him. Give me a break. He helped get Trump elected. They were going to boo his ass. I promise you, if Trump wouldn't have won, they wouldn't have booed him. They wouldn't have gave a shit. Just like, I swear to God, I never heard the name Sydney Sweeney until about 48 hours ago. Now I can't get this bitch off my screen. Not that I'm in a hurry to, but I knew nothing about her until these woke motherfuckers did it again, and it's backfired on them again. And American Eagle Jeans right now have enjoyed like $400 million profit in the last 48 hours as their stock market prices have gone straight to the moon. because of a freaking jeans ad that wouldn't have gotten any traction except you all made it a big fucking deal. The woke are so pissed off about that ad because it's basically a slap in the face saying, we're not doing your shit anymore. We're not pulling Dylan Mulvaney on the beer. We're not doing any of that bullshit. It's done. We're getting hot girls and hot cars selling jeans the way it was meant to be. And while I don't know shit about her other than she's some sort of an actress, but it seems like she's more of a model and actress, I don't know. I consider myself a fan because she had to have cojones to do that. There's no way you do that and not know you're going to draw ire from the left. Ooh, damn, barely made that save.
I'll eat your children.
Yeah, I had heard about the Beyonce one. I don't remember ever seeing it, and not for anything, Beyonce does not look nearly as good as this young lady. When I saw the commercial, I was like, okay, what is everybody up in arms about? And I see the commercial, and the only thing that I could think of immediately was Brooke Shields back in the 70s with the Jordache jeans. And for anyone who wasn't around back then, Jordache, now defunct, was like one of the high-end stylish jeans. So if you wore those, you were in the cool club. You had some money. I didn't have Jordache. Roman nails him. And at that time, Brooke Shields was like 16, 17 years old. In the commercial, basically, she's laying down on a gray background. And there's the prediction that most of us have gone with. Oh, we got to 80%. 80%. Well, count me in the 80% that does think that Roman and Jay are going to be victorious tonight. So the camera basically with Brooke Shields started panning from her feet and just going straight across as she's laying down. And she's talking over it. And as it gets up to her face, and mind you, she's wearing these jeans that look amazing on her. And I think she had like a button-down top, mostly unbuttoned. And the catchphrase was, nothing comes between me and my Jordache. Theme being that, you know, these are my favorite jeans, nothing comes between me and my jeans. But the twist on it is that I'm not wearing any underwear, nothing comes between me. And it's kind of the same logic of what they're doing here. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans, playing on the G-E-N-E-S version of the word, as opposed to J-E-A-N-S. But you had to know, when you're in the advertising and marketing department, and I know they knew, that this is what the left was going to do with it. And the reason I know they knew is they have flat out not even acknowledged them. They haven't apologized. They haven't said, too bad if you don't like it. They're just running their ads and counting their money. That's the biggest fuck you can give these motherfuckers, and they need it. Every ad from here on out, you wait and see next Super Bowl, there's a fucking Dylan Mulvaney on a beer truck. I guarantee you there won't be. Hot chicks, hot cars. You don't like it? Go fucking go to another country. That's what this country was built on, damn it. I just hope this girl is down to earth at least, you know, one of those humble people that treats other people well and things like that, and not some stuck-up bitch. That would ruin it for me. But if she's like a nice girl on top of it, oh, that's the ultimate middle finger to the left. That is the big fuck you. Oh, I'll take that one down. Hold on a minute. Twice is enough. Kmart pants. Yeah, me too, buddy. We actually had a store back in the day called McCrory's. I don't even know if that thing's still in business anymore. I'm going to be real curious to see what you guys say about this one. My problem with tonight's card is they all seem really obvious to me. And if I'm right about all of them, then damn, that wasn't that great a show after all, was it, if they're that obvious? I wish they had more that was up in the air still. Charlotte was quoted this past couple of days somewhere saying this is the most fun she has had in wrestling working with Alexa right now. And if you can't tell by watching her and watching them together, she's having a blast. She looks like from when she returned a couple months ago with Tiffany versus now, two different people. All right, guys, you know what to do. Pick 'em time. Charlotte and Alexa or the Judgment Day. My bet, Charlotte and Alexa. I mean, you have to. They're one of the best. I mean, they're in that R-Truth level of entertainment right now, those two. I saw one of their TikTok videos that they put together between the two of them. Charlotte's kind of standing in the background a little bit, and Alexa's in front of her and looking at the camera, and she just says, do it. No, she says, do the thing. Charlotte's like, no. Alexa, do the thing. Charlotte's like, no. Do the thing. No. Do the thing. Charlotte all of a sudden pulls out two pom-poms, put them up in the air, and shakes them around. And Alexa just looks at the camera, busts out into this big old grin, and that was it. It's fucking hilarious. But then I think about it a little bit too, and I'm like, there's no way Liv can be back this quick. I don't see there any chance that she's back tonight. If Liv isn't back, then they kind of have to hold the tag team titles because they have to have them when she gets back so she can be pissed. What is this bitch doing holding my belt? Now, I suppose in the meantime, they could still let Charlotte and Alexa win it, hold on to it for 3 months, then lose them back to Raquel and Roxanne, and then have Liv show up. So that'd work too, I suppose. We got a 50-50 divide. This is the first match that has divided the nation here. Damn, Little Bit gets a start. This might be the first time I've seen her model this year. I really haven't done anything with the current day roster. Definitely not a fan of this look for her. All red outfit. Yeah. And the red hair. We have any Alta tires of her in this game? Maybe I should have picked a different one if there is. Had some video clips that I was going to share with you guys, but I don't know if I've uploaded them or not. Not feeling like it's here. Let me check something here. Found a couple of them, but not the one in particular that I wanted. Welcome back. I'll fish through those at a separate time. We'll do it on the next one. Now we've gone 80% for Charlotte and Alexa. I'm still going to go with Charlotte and Alexa. I do think they'll hold the belts for about 2 or 3 months. Maybe they'll drop them back to Roxanne and Raquel. And then Liv comes back saying, bitch, give me my belts. Only problem with that is if they win it that way, then it really is her belt because she will have won it. And it kind of takes that part of it away. I mean, yeah, still you're occupying my seat in the Judgment Day. Dom's going through the women, man. Look at this. First he had Rhea, went there, done that. Moves on to Liv. Now he's on to Roxanne. Talk about someone having a blessed life. Nice boot to the face sends Alexa Bliss crashing to the floor. Raquel, oh, chickened out. Damn, she walked all the way to the other person's corner to taunt. That's a gutsy move. The two pint-sized competitors. We're about 2 inches away on each one of them from being midget wrestling. Roxanne should start saying, "Watch me." I'm sure I'm missing something there, but what is it? What am I not getting about that statement? Damn, they got the Minute Maid. I just realized the Minute Maid Juice logo there. Watch me. Is that somebody else's thing that I never really picked up on? Like, did Liv say that? Two pipsqueaks going at it now. Alexa looks a little bit like Charlotte if you put her in the dryer too long. Natural selection, going old school. Will that be enough for the win? Ooh, probably would have been if not for the save. Oh, I recall it being in the theme song a little bit now that you mention it. I never recall Liv saying it, though. But you know me, I wasn't there to listen to her. I was there to look at her, so. And Alexa Bliss puts away Pop Rocks. What the fuck is this? I had heard something about AI age identification, and I'm trying to remember. I didn't know it was YouTube, though. I thought it was something else, social media-ish. Because it didn't affect me. It might have been TikTok or something, and I'm like, I don't do TikTok. I mean, I'm certainly not giving them my fucking credit card information. Well, actually, no, I take that back. They have it because I'm on their monthly subscription, so I don't have to sit through commercials. Which that price has gone up a bit.
Here are your winners.
Look at Blaze going full on commie. And the new. Oh, that's something I totally need to talk about. All right. By the way, 83% of you have gone with Charlotte and Alexa. That's where I'm going as well. All right. I really wanted to have the video, and I have it. I just haven't had a chance to put it together and upload it. During last night's match for the U.S. title, women's U.S. title, No idea who this ring announcer guy is. None whatsoever. I'm fucking with you. But yeah, I mean, we need to see your papers. We need to see your papers. Show us who you are. Well, first off, I don't know that there's that many people that are trying to copy me, and I guess it'd be flattering if they were. But we're talking about YouTube specifically. I'm not talking about all things, but you've got to understand, too, they capture that information. It always sounds like we're going to use it for the best of intentions. It never ends up that way. I mean, just ask Sarah Connor, okay? It doesn't end up good. Oh, well, you know what? Dude, I mean, I don't... Oh, it was PlayStation, I think. That's where I'd heard it. PlayStation was going to be doing something to that effect. So that, you know, teenagers would know they're talking to other teenagers or whatnot. I'm still of the opinion, like, again, if PlayStation was to look at me, I've had an account with them now for fucking 20 years. Which means I had a credit card back then. So if I was at least 20 back then, that makes me 40 now. They should know that I'm a grown adult. This is what I'm saying. If it gets to the point where we need everyone, you know, we need to see your face. No, you don't. It's that. Make it be one of these deals where, okay, this person's unverified. They won't verify themselves. And, okay, if you're a 12, 15-year-old, whatever it is, I can't talk to people that are unverified. But you don't have a right to force me to give you my identifying features that can be used for other purposes. I mean, we're worried about people's, you know, impersonating different creators or whatever. What happens when somebody that's a little unscrupulous has that information, now has your name, maybe has your credit card information, and your face? And with the way things are going and you hear these stories happening, next thing you know, you don't own your house anymore. Somebody else is just taking out a lien against your house in your name. So, yeah, I'm never going to be in favor. Look, find a way, if you must, to protect kids from themselves, really, because they're the ones that are stupid talking to strangers online. And basically, like, you have the option of proving. I mean, how do you even do that? How do you prove you're 15 or under? You don't have a driver's license. You don't have a credit card. So now you're only going to do it to the adults? No, I'm not doing that. I can guarantee you they ain't getting my face. I mean, they can see me here on YouTube, but I'm not going to be scanning in or any shit. Dude, it's not having something to hide. It's nothing to do with I got nothing to hide. It's what are they going to do with it? I know what they tell you they're going to do with it, but if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. Dude, you're really not seeing the full picture here. You're looking at it as if they were being 100% upfront and honest. They're not. They never are. Even if they were, let's pretend for a moment that Sony is an honest Japanese company. They already got massively hacked once where all of our credit cards were hacked. And people had to go out and cancel their credit cards and get new ones and everything else. Major pain in the ass. What happens when that happens and they have all this kind of information? No, I'm sorry. You're not going to get me on this one. We can agree to disagree. It'll guess your age range based on viewing habits. determining what you should be watching. That's the problem. That's the other thing, too. I mean, look, we all know that if you have cable TV still, the cable boxes, they track what you watch. And if you're obviously online, they can always track what you're watching. There's just some invasion about that. In other words, and it's not like I'm watching people fuck donkeys or anything. I'm just saying, whatever it is that I want to watch, I don't need somebody else determining anything about me because that's what I'm watching. I have a wide variety of things I watch on YouTube that you wouldn't even think in a million years one could be tied to another, and they're not necessarily. Sometimes I just see a thumbnail that gets my attention enough that I'm going to watch it, and all of a sudden that subject makes me watch 3 or 4 other videos, and then I'm done with that whole subject altogether. Never go back to it again.
Introducing the challenger.
But there's just too much Big Brother watching us. Let me get the poll up here right real quick. That's what I said. That's what she said. All right. I am going to have Tiffany keep the belt if I'm booking. But I'm not. Jade just has not shown an ability to wrestle. She botches as much as she... Look at her last pay-per-view. Or PLE. Executing her finisher, she pulls her opponent's shoulder off the mat for the 3 count. It's just like... I know mistakes are made, but with her, there's a lot. And I just don't see a big improvement since joining us from AEW. Is there an improvement? Sure. But is she that star that they were banking on? No, and I just don't see it happening. I think she's about where she's going to be. Maybe a little better, but she's never going to be Tiffany Stratton level of in-ring performer. She's never going to be able to carry a match. Yeah, Blaze, I agree with you. They are always watching and listening, and that's what pisses me off. And they thought that they want more information on top of that. Nah, I'm done. I'm not giving anything up. Well, I know you know they ain't being honest. Here's Cardi B. Damn. We got another split decision going on here. 67% for Tiffy. Oh, shit. Almost pulled that one out. That was a quick win if she'd have pulled that out. Yeah, Cardi B. I don't know with the WWE. I really just don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Between the fucking Travis Scotts and the Cardi B's, I mean, can you get anyone who's not a hood rat? I mean, at least Jelly Roll is a reformed hood rat. But if we want to be technical, even that is a little questionable. I mean, I'm, again, all about someone turning their life around and making things right. And if we're going to say that's okay, then what in the hell? Why couldn't they bring Hulk Hogan back on TV? You know what, dude? I agree. Jade would be perfect. I don't know if she can act her way out of a paper bag or not. Nice. thought we had it. Tiffy's pissed. Oh, nice move. I don't know if Jay could act her way out of a wet paper bag or not, but Storm would be a great character for her. No one's going to say she doesn't look like $1 million. Come on, Tiffer. You can't watch the hub anymore? I'm missing something. What's the hub? I wasn't even aware about Roman and Cody being in a Street Fighter movie. I had heard something about Roman being in a movie. I didn't know it was Street Fighter. And while a lot of video games have done well lately, making the transition to the big screens, if you take away Last of Us Season 2, Twisted Steel is starting their second season. I think it's already started. Fallout did really well on Prime. First season of Last of Us was really good. I just don't know how you do Street Fighter and make it a good movie. I'm having very low expectations here in that. And it's one thing to have a wrestler in a movie, but I'm getting no holds barred vibes off of that. I don't see Cody being an actor. I can see Roman pulling it off acting wise. Not that it's going to be a great script or anything, but I don't know, man. Yeah. The report from Deadline indicates that Roman will play the iconic and powerful villain. I don't know any of these character names. Rose is set to portray the heroic American soldier. Okay, I don't know any of these characters' names. Oh, porno, sorry. Well, in the great state of Florida, you can't watch it. Not without doing the whole facial recognition and a driver's license, I think is what somebody was telling me. Which I'm against that too. Listen, I get you don't want kids watching that, and there has to be some sort of way, but the thought that you're going to go to a website like that, pull the shoulders up, pull the shoulders up, pull the shoulders up. Good enough. Come on, Tiff. Don't do it, Tiff. Oh, this is not good. Damn. Shane kicking out twice. Kiss my ass. I say Tiffany for the win. But yeah, in the state of Florida, you apparently got to give up your driver's license information, all this stuff. Again, to a website like that? Hell no. Hell no. Anyone who needs that bad got a serious problem. I love her swanton, especially if the camera catches it right. Yeah, most of what you said there, Blaze, I have no idea what it means. The only thing I can tell you about Street Fighter is I remember putting quarters into a game that was Street Fighter. And if I'm recalling correctly, there were like, it was like a couple of brothers fighting together or something like that, but that was a long ass time ago. We talk about 1981. August 13th, well, that's right around the fucking corner. How is it I have not seen or heard any of this shit? I mean, I'll tell you right now, if they're telling me that I have to produce some sort of a driver's license, then this channel's done. I am not giving up any personal information to YouTube. They got my credit card, but I can stop that anytime I want. And I can dispute any charges that don't belong there, but they are not getting my personal identifying information. Fuck that.
WWE Women's Champion.
Yeah, I had a feeling you did that, man. I was like, that sounds too official. I'm like, damn, look at McCoy deep into this shit. 80% of us picked Tiffany. 2K couldn't get it right. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Time to move on to the main event of night one. Yeah, we dropped quarters and all that shit, Scott. Karate, this, and the friggin' Space Invaders, and Mr. Pac-Man, or regular Pac-Man, I should say. All that shit.
The following is scheduled for one fall.
Oh, I like Roman, man. Roman's cool as the other side of the pillow.
Heavyweight Championship.
It's time to pick 'em. What time is it? Oh, it's clobbering time. Okay. We got to move this along. We got to move this along. It is the 50th anniversary of Jaws, by the way. I got to admit, that belt's growing on me. I mean, if every belt's going to have a big WWE logo in the middle of it, that's about as good as it's going to get.
Introducing the
What I'd like to see them do with the outdoor stadiums is have a day-night cycle. The early part of the card, have the sun up, and then as you get to the middle and later part of the card, have it darken out. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens next year. Oh, 100% for CM Punk so far. Might be wishful thinking. We'll see. Tell you what, CM Punk's getting to be an old man. He's going to take some massive chops tonight. Blaze, I got no reason why they don't do it. It makes no sense to me at all. I mean, you look at all these video games like Grand Theft Auto, Dying Light 2. So many other titles out there where they have a day-night cycle. It's not that hard anymore. But of course, we're asking that of the people that can't get created modes to work and universe modes to work, and every time they patch something, half the game doesn't work anymore. I don't know. I've always thought Punk's stuff looks pretty good. Not too many people can hold their own against him on the microphone, though. It's a very small few. Ooh, shit. 2.5 count. Little Nate over there with the count. Another 2 count. We'll see how much his MMA training helps him against this monster. We are now down to 80% picking CM Punk here from the nation. Damn! Bombs away. European uppercut almost took his head right off his shoulders, and now here comes Gunther. Big suplex. Uh-oh. Could be lights out. Punk's been busted open. The eyes are starting to glaze over. This could be it. Oh, he fights his way out of it. Gunther has him, and a powerbomb spikes him into the mat. Fires up that shoulder just in the nick of time. Cue the fight forever chance. I think CM Punk would be fine if the fight ends right about now. Oh, shit. Nice. I've never seen him do that. Just wiped out the prime stand here at ringside. By the way, something I didn't know about this year's game is that you cannot create an outdoor arena in the daytime, only the night. And that's never been the case before, so. I wanted to do like a backyard wrestling type arena, but I wanted it to be sunny out, and then you could put some props and stuff in there. But they only have a nighttime version, and I was like, nope, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me, brother. The powerbomb, Punk's shoulders are down, and just like that, Gunther retains. Wait a minute, what's that sound? Seth freaking Rollins, he's not injured after all. He comes in and steals the title. Seth Rollins is not injured. He will be there tonight. He will walk away with the championship. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. Deal with it. All right. We'll be back tomorrow for night 2 predictions. We'll go over how TK or 2K did versus the real thing. And I might have the LJN completed, so I'll bring you a video of that if that happens in the nick of time there. In the meantime, 2K says Gunther. I'm going... Damn, I'm going to say Gunther. I'm going to say Gunther. We'll see who's right, who's wrong later on, folks. Enjoy SummerSlam. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.